What is going on, spooky brothers and sisters? Welcome back to Terror of Tech. It's your boy Tech. I hope y'all are having a blessed day. It's a great day. Just got done watching Longlegs just a couple of days ago. So I'm excited to put this review up for y'all so we can have a discussion on what has been one of the most anticipated horror movies this year. And before I even get into that, y'all go ahead, subscribe to the channel and join the spooky gang. We're on the road to 1K subs. We are very close to 500 now, so we're about to hit the halfway point. We've gotten significantly more subscribers from the past two videos. So hey, like I said, if you haven't already and you love what you see here, you're a big horror fan, you know, you live by horror movies. I've said this previously, horror is a lifestyle. So if you're rocking with your boy Tech and you love horror, and there ain't no reason for you not to subscribe. So don't be stingy. Go ahead, subscribe to the kid, and we'll get this thing rolling. So, the movie Longlegs. Much like the movie itself, this video was highly anticipated. I know there were a few of you out there who were looking forward to this review. So this movie has been promoted as, you know, one of the best serial killer films and one of the scariest movies ever. So this movie stars Micah Monroe, and many of us know her from the illustrious It Follows. I'm acting like that movie won some awards or something like that, but nah, It Follows is a banger. So it's starring her, and she plays the character Agent Lee Harker in the movie. Then Alicia Witt plays her mother as Ruth Harker. Nicolas Cage stars as the killer of the film Longlegs. Blair Underwood is in this movie as Agent Carter, and the movie is directed by Oz Perkins. Just to give a quick description of the movie, in pursuit of a serial killer, an FBI agent uncovers a series of occult clues that she must solve to end his terrifying killing spree. So I want to preface my comments on the movie by saying every movie that I go see, I have full intention on, you know, enjoying that movie. I don't put any real expectations or anything like that on movies, you know, saying, oh, this is going to be the greatest movie ever, or, you know, this movie is going to suck. Because, I mean, what's the point? When you do things like that, it truly taints your perception and your experience, honestly. And you truly only get that benefit of thinking that way if the movie actually turns out to be, you know, one of the greatest of all time, or something like that. So that's the only time you really get a benefit of that, because otherwise, if you think it's the greatest and then it ends up being, you know, a solid movie, you know, it's probably still pales in comparison to what you were thinking that it was gonna be. So really there's no point in doing that, and that's something that I don't do at all, and just let my opinion form itself based on watching the movie. Some of the good things about this movie, the acting, I could say from the acting standpoint, Micah Monroe is really good in this role. She had a really strong performance, right along with Nicolas Cage as well. Him as Longlegs. For the people who are terrified by, you know, the true crime serial killer type of vibe, especially when the serial killers feel kind of off, like, you know, we've seen plenty of movies where you know, a serial killer is this charming person, this, that, and the other, and then they turn out to be some maniac. But he's full blown on display as just this weird maniac serial killer. I don't really know how else to put it, but, you know, for Nicolas Cage to be able to portray that, I think his performance was real strong. And like I said, anybody who is a fan of that type of style of movie, that will really hit home for you. Another positive for sure would be the cinematography. There were some really nice wide angle shots and that were static, and they, you know, it was just shot very well, and a lot of scenes were a little gloomy feeling and a little ominous. Shooting the movie perspective and cinematography and the acting performances, it was good. Now, of course, what everybody wants to know is the movie as scary as they made it out to be? I'm gonna go ahead and answer that right now. No, it's not. And that's not necessarily saying it as a knock against the movie, because almost every single movie that you can think of, for the most part, has some form of a movie tagline that's talking about the scariest movie ever, or it's from the creators of Insidious and The Purge, and so that just means that it's going to be the best movie ever, this, that, and the other. All movies do that to a degree, but considering the hype that was built around this movie, I don't think it was really honestly scary at all. It kind of felt like just a traditional true crime serial killer movie with with a little bit of supernatural and paranormal aspect to it. Like that's really just what it felt like to me. Like to me, honestly, this movie felt like a slightly better version of The Black Phone. So like, you know how Ethan Hawke's character was, and it's just that over-the-top serial killer. This movie just really felt like that, except it was more so from the perspective of the detectives and the agents, as opposed to the perspective of the kids. I mean, you definitely do get feels from movies like Seven also, but it just feels completely undercooked when it comes to making that elaborate serial killer true crime type of horror movie. I mean, it just felt like it fell flat a little bit. Being completely real with y'all, the biggest problem that I have with the movie is the writing overall. And a lot of the problem with the writing was with Michael Monroe's character, Lee Harker. Now, I want to make sure this is clear. This has nothing to do with Michael Monroe's performance. She was good and she performed what she was supposed to portray very well. The problem is what she was written to do. She has this level of intuition and she just sort of kind of knows things. Of course, the movie explains how and why she can do that later on down the line. But the problem with that is every time she says something based on her tuition, it's like it foreshadows every single thing. It foreshadowed the twist ridiculously early. I don't know down to the minute, but I promise you it felt like in the first 30 minutes, I already knew what the twist was and all of that good stuff related to the movie, just based off of her dialogue alone. She just says so much that is like, oh, well, that leads to this and this leads to that and that leads to that. Oh, boom, there you go. There's your answer. And previously to like what I was saying before, I'm not a person that wants to go into the movie and be trying to figure out everything and debunk different aspects of a movie and saying, oh, well, this doesn't make sense and this is, this shouldn't happen because of this, or oh, I just figured this out ridiculously easy. Like, no, that's not the whole point. Like, I want the movie to take me on a ride, to be able to naturally reveal its plot and its twist and things of that nature. So I really try to let the movie do that on its own. But this was like painfully easy to figure out yourself. Like, you didn't need to watch half of the movie to figure out essentially what was going on. The aspect of it kind of just killed me. The writing just really wasn't great. The story overall wasn't overly thrilling or anything like that. And keeping it real with y'all, man, it's actually kind of disappointing because, the past 3 movies that I watched have all been, mid-tier at best. The Watchers wasn't that good. Then Maxine was, middling at best. And then this movie, which is also like middling. Like, it's not, I don't want anybody to watch this review and listen to it and think that I'm saying that Longlegs is a bad movie, because it's not a bad movie. From the aspect of it being something that's kind of generational or just truly this good movie, it's really not. And it's definitely not even one of the best of this year alone. Like, in comparison to movies like The First Omen and Late Night with the Devil, Abigail, and there's a couple of other ones out there, probably Immaculate and whatnot. Like, it's not the same. To me, it's not as good as those movies. I full blown wanted to go into this movie enjoying it, but it just really didn't hit its mark. So honestly, what I'm hoping for the most is going into the last few months of this year is, can Cuckoo hold it down? Can Smile 2 hold it down? Can Nosferatu hold it down? Like, I need these movies to pack some type of punch. So, in the second half of the year, we're like, okay, this year as a whole, cumulatively, is a really solid year for horror. That's what I'm hoping to say. So, rating time, I am going to give this movie a 3 out of 5 stars at best. I'm really, honestly, that's really with me being generous. It's more so really like a 2.5. So it's a really mid movie. I'll probably say 2.5 is really what it is. But like I said, I'll give it the 3 just for the bump up for Michael Monroe, and I love her so much in It Follows. So I mean, I'll give it the boost off of that. And Blair Underwood has been in Black Classic, so gotta show love to my people. But outside of that, this movie's not getting above 3 stars, 3 out of 5 stars. So that's just gonna be what it is. That's all I got for y'all, Spooky Gang. Y'all let me know down below what y'all think of Longlegs. Y'all subscribe and like the video. We're on the road to 1K subs. It means the world to me when y'all subscribe and y'all share the video. We're just trying to bring all this good horror content to the masses. So subscribe, like the video, and most importantly, y'all stay spooky.